What's up guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to color grade videos shot on iPhone. Now I'm going to be turning this clip to this clip right here, and if you want to skip around and go back to see certain steps, feel free to use chapters on this video. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, if you already do not have the color panel option open, you just go to the top right hand corner, open it by clicking on color, and once you're on this page like so, we're going to start with basic correction. Now you can either click on the auto feature, but if you want to go for more in-depth detail and really get the vibe you're going for this, you're going to want to do the manual settings. So the first thing that I usually like to do to my clips is I like to crank up the exposure, because people typically like brighter shots. Now currently the clip may look a little bit bright, but that's okay, because the next thing you do is you turn down the shadows so you can get more contrast overall on this video clip. I also recommend turning down the whites. Now the whites and blacks are basically the whites and blacks in this clip. As you can see, it gets brighter when I crank up the whites in this clip. If I crank down the blacks in this clip, the blacks become a lot more apparent. So I'm just going to turn down both of those like so, and then I'm going to turn up the contrast just a little bit. This adds more detail and depth to the clip. I'm just going to turn up just a little bit, around 5 or so. As you can see, we've already made a noticeable difference in this clip. How you check the before and after of the clip is you click on this FX thing in the top right hand corner. But the next thing we want to do is you just want to crank up the temperature a little bit depending on the mood and the overall feel of your entire video you're going for. In this case, I'm going for a warmer look, so I'll turn that up a little bit. And then we just want to head down over here into creatives. Now the creative panel is where you can start to give your video a certain look. In this case, I'm going to go for a little bit more faded film because I don't want this to be as glossy. So I'm just going to crank that up to 18.5. And what sharpen does is it really brings out each individualized pixel in the video. As you can see, when I crank it down to -100, it makes it almost blurry, like a Gaussian blur. But if we crank it up all the way, it makes everything sharp and like pokey almost. So I'm just barely going to turn that up a bit. Then we want to add some vibrance. Now vibrance basically is the same as saturation, meaning it increases the colors that you see in the shot. As you can see, when we crank it down all the way, it's almost black and white. I recommend experimenting with this, and saturation will make a lot of the leaves in the nature a lot more vibrant in this video. As you can see, it already looks a lot better than it did the first time. Then we just go down here into HLS secondary, which HLS secondary is how you can actually change the individualized colors in this clip. How you do this is you click on the eyedropper tool, which is right here, and then you can actually select a certain color in this clip that you want to change. In this case, I'm going to choose the bridge because it's a nice light gray color. Select the little spot on it like so, and then you just want to increase this a little bit. As you can see, it will start making a noticeable difference once you scroll down here and actually increase the saturation of what you have just selected. As you can see, the bridge is changing colors, and only the bridge. So if I want it to be a little bit duller so that this nature stands out a lot more than me and the foreground being the water, and then go back up here, and if you want to do another one, you can again select the eyedropper tool, click on it. You can click on your shirt or anything you want in this video. Then I'm just going to turn up the saturation a little bit so I can change the color of my shirt. And there we go. I've just increased the color of my shirt to make it look a lot more purple and look a lot more vibrant. But if you want to see how Premiere actually thinks you should color grade this clip, you just click on the clip itself, then you go to luminary color and effects controls. And as you can see, we've got this graph right here. Now this graph, you sort of want all the lines right here in the 50 percentile range, because as you can see, if we go back to basic correction and crank up the exposure all the way, these lines up here in the top left hand corner will go all the way up to the top. You basically just want these in the middle. If we go all the way down, all the lines are coordinated at 10. You want them around 50 for average. So it's pretty good what we have right now. None of them are at 0, but none of them are at 100%. And finally, if you just want to add a vignette, which is at the very bottom and still in correction, you click on it and you can see the color graphs are changing depending on what you do. So in this case, I'm just going to add a little bit of a vignette so that I can have my focus more directed towards the middle, and add a little bit of feather, which basically is the amount that the faded circle fades in over time in the image. As you can see, this is on 0% and this is on 100%. I'm just going to increase it a little bit so it's more gradual. And this is our final product. How you see the before, click on the FX, and this is the after. And it's simple as that. If you found this video helpful, leave a like down below and share this with a friend who also needs to learn how to color grade.